and sir, so sa mga representative ng accounting firms. So thank you for attending again. So few weeks ago po, nagsimula tayo ng overview ng Automate and how yung features niya are linked po together. Like for example, I will share my screen now. So na-emphasize po last time that we conducted the demo yung linkage po uh, ng ating transaction recording. So for example, magre-record tayo ng transaction na sales invoice. So to illustrate po, magre-record po ako ng sample for April. So this is how we fill out yung ating sales invoice. Overview lang po. So we fill out yung mga fields na mayroon pong asterisk. These are mandatory fields. So uh, hindi ko na i-fill out po yung iba. And then we fill out po yung description. So we have an option po under items na mag-create po ng item para po automatic drop down. So yung mga nandito po sa items are either our inventoryables or our services rendered po. In the case of those who are nagre-render ng service. So dito po I have created yung sample items. So I'll just select it and subject it to VAT. And then select a payment options in case bank transfer po yung pagbabayaran. And then yan po, yung kanyang sample sales invoice. We have an option to send it to customer's email directly or we can just save and exit. So yan po, yung purchase sales invoice purchase. Similar rin po sa purchase, magre-record rin po tayo for April to illustrate. So in this case, this is a mandatory field. Mag-fill out lang po tayo ng items po dito. So for example, this. Kunyari po, sobrang dami po, lalagyan na lang natin various merchandise. Pwede po yun. And then we will categorize it according to our most appropriate classification. So in this case, kung buy and sell po siya, ito po yung most appropriate. So kunyari 1,000 which also subject to VAT. And then after po niyan, we save and exit. So yun po yung usual process of recording po yun po yung day-to-day na recording natin, sales and expense. And of course, we can import yung ating sales and expenses through the template po. Pwede pong gamitin. So yun po. What I'm meaning sa linkage ng ating transaction recording to financial reports to accounting is pagka-record po ng expense, anong sales, ito po unpaid po no yung nung April uncollected, it will debit trade receivable and credit revenue po. So it will reflect into these reports. So for example, if we select the April, so magpapakita na po yan sa April. And then as for the purchases, magpapakita na po siya sa cost of sales. Yun po. So yun po yung ating linkage ng recording. We don't need to make the manual journal entries. And then as discussed po, mapupunta na rin po yung kanyang tax information sa ating applicable tax modules. For example, those with vatable portions po, mapupunta siya sa ating VAT. So dito po siya mapupunta kung sa sales tax report, mapupunta po siya dito. So we don't need to record the same to encode the same transactions twice for a different purpose kasi nakalink na po sa Automate. We just have to record it once and it will produce the needed report. So ito po yung sales tax report. This is the same 165 that we have recorded from the sales dito po. So kinapture na ng system and napunta na po sa ating tax report. Ganun rin po sa ating purchases. When we actually try to look at the purchase, nandito na rin po yan. So ayan po. So, after po niyan, na-discuss na rin po natin yung DAT file where we don't need to re-encode as the usual process where pupunta pa tayo sa relief just to encode yung ating vatable sales and expense because we just need to download the information. Like for example, in this case, April, April 1 to 30, we will just illustrate po yung DAT file downloading. And then we just validate po. Relief. So yan po, no errors encountered. Ganun rin po sa purchases. I-validate lang po natin na we're just having an overview para po mas makabisado po natin yung process po when we use automate. So similar thing po, we just select the period covered. So it's very important po na we select the correct dates. Otherwise, it will create an error po sa ating validation. So we just generate and download. And we validate here po sa ating relief. So yan po yung ating VAT. So yan po yung isang advantage na uh, na-reduce na ng automate yung redundant data encoding. As aside from that, we can generate forms but with the limitation that we still have to file the whatever amounts we get here through EBIR and through EFPS as we are waiting sa ating ETSP registration po. So, yun po. Basically, we can already file, generate tax return, we can download the DAT file, and then um, it will greatly reduce our efforts po as an accountant kasi nga yung mga redundant data encoding like yung sa relief which was yung deadline niya kahapon po, it was really time consuming po if we continue doing the traditional way. And if we're able to gradually immerse ourselves sa software, then actually we can save some time. So yun po yung sa VAT. We have also shown yung features ng withholding where we can generate 2307 here po. So ito po yung withholding tax report. This is basically the summary of all sales na mayroong creditable withholding tax. So for our reference po. So ito po CWT kailangan sa South po for income tax. So para meron tayong breakdown ng ating withholdable sales. So yun rin po sa purchase tax report, basic summary of expenses na merong withholding. And these reports we can download through Excel po as our supplementary report. So yun po yung sa withholding, and of course another portion na talagang in-improve ng Automate. Very soon po ma-fully release na po yung income tax, yung ating automation ng ating itemized deduction. So I have here yung ating module ng income tax where we have different options we can select, and whatever options we select will yield us yung ating tax return po. So in this case, this is an individual who elected itemized deduction, and ito po yung lumabas. So these items, ito po in-encode ko yan galing sa purchases. It was already linked here. In other software po, no, kailangan po nating i-ano po yan, i-encode manually. And for those other software po na mayroong linkage, it will take some time po before all items are linked po. So sa Automate po, kapag nag-record po tayo, for example, amortization, this came from patent. So this is my patent recording. And kung mapapansin nyo po, wala nang action button because I sold this patent, yung transaction. Kaya tumigil yung amortization niya sa 2,000. So yun po. Tapos sa bad debts po, this came from the trade receivables. depreciation came from the PPE, and all those other items na related. Pagka-record po natin, it already goes to our income tax computation depending on what tax scheme we select. Kasi pag ito po yung sinelect natin, it will just multiply 40% from the gross sales. And then dito po, it will deduct 250,000 from the sales, and whatever is remaining, yun po yung taxable ng 8%. So, yun po yung napag-usapan on the previous discussion po, how Automate has gradually po reduced yung ating efforts to analyze and re-encode po again for another purpose, and lalo po tong income tax, once released po, it will greatly help. So, yun po yung sa income tax, and now we will proceed naman po how do we record yung mga bank transactions. So, dun sa mga ano po, are there any questions sa mga ano po hindi nakasunod from last week's or the previous 2 weeks discussion? May mga question po.
Guys, you have questions? Yung sa, o iba ko nakita ko kapapasok lang. Especially this 1701, ito yung sinasabi namin, ito talaga yung tingin namin magiging best na in a way product ni Automate. Kasi normally, kung business owners ka or accountant ka, even ikaw nalilito kung ano yung computation ng tax mo. Ang nakikita ko ito guys, if you see, pwede kayong mag-tax planning kung magkano yung babayaran nyo in a year and ano yung mga costs or expenses na pwede nyo pang mai-add para lumiit yung taxes nyo. Nag-gets nyo ba yun? Diba? Kasi pag click-click na lang kayo, nagko-compute na. Edward, patingin nga sa baba, sa pinakababa, magkano yung babayaran. If you do click-click ka dun sa tax scheme, graduated, mag-iiba siya, di
Ito.
ba?
Yes, ito ma'am. May automatic computation na po siya. So it already factors in po yung capital loss, capital gain. So, for example po, 'di ba sa rules po ng NIRC, kapag net capital loss yung in-offset mo sa capital gain, yung remaining balance shall not be claimed as a capital loss. Pero kapag capital gain yan, maki-claim yan as other income. So, it already incorporates rin po yung mga rules ng NIRC, as well as kung makikita nyo po sa first page, yung mga threshold, for example, si entertainment. So, ito po, 1% or 1/2 of 1%. So, kapag pinili mo yung 1, so it will get the lower limit, whichever is lowered from the actual versus the limit. So, nako-compute na po ng system. As well as, yung sa ating interest, you can put the arbitrage limit. So, yan po. So, we can actually bring our taxes closer to reality without much manual data entry. So yun po.
Wala nang hula-hula and checking ng mga, di ba, magbabasa pa tayo kung kasama ba siya o hindi. Ito talagang ginawa na. So, again, the potential of kung accounting firm ang tinatahak mong landas as an accountant or kumukuha ka as a freelancer ng mga client, ng mga insurance advisor, mga real estate agent, this is super galing niya. Kasi imagine if you can charge 1.5 dun sa mga insurance agent or real estate broker, hindi pa nila alam to gamitin kayo. Sabihin mo, ako na gagawa niyan, ako na magpa-file, ako na magta-tax. Imagine yung potential income nyo kahit sa Pilipinas. Agree ba kayo doon? Type naman kung nag-gets nyo yung ibig ko sabihin. If naaral nyo siya, tapos kukuha lang kayo ng kliyente, tapos may nagpatulong, magpa-file, sa inyong simpleng-simple na lang, you can do it 1 hour, baka wala pa. Diba? So, yan yung opportunity ibinibigay namin sa inyo. Ay, sige, President Edward, thank you.
So ayun po, ma'am. Yun po yung overview ng Automate, lalo na po sa taxation, where it will greatly relieve the burden po, lalo ng mga tayong mga accountants on calculation, lalo sa income tax, yung sa ating VAT. Naintindihan ko po, baka may katulad ko po na naghabol kasi nag-extend po yung deadline natin, no, kasi ito po 24 is 25 is weekend, so dito po yung magfo-fall yung weekend kahapon. So if we continue to try to use yung Automate po, it will greatly reduce po, lalo sa VAT po, where we can actually import the data through Excel and mapapadali na siya. So yun po yung overview. So now we will proceed po sa ating bank transaction, our cash transactions. How do we through automate record our collections? How do we perform bank transactions? How do we record bank transfers? And we will do a simple bank reconciliation. So ayan po, dito po sa ating dashboard, yung ating banking module is found in this section po. So this section is where we perform yung ating transactions na sinabi ko. So dito po 'yan. So as you can see po sa ating financial institutions, we have three sections: bank accounts, payment gateway, and cash fund. So alam po natin yung bank accounts and cash fund, no? So how about yung payment gateway? So the payment gateway are usually the mediums on where we pay yung ating mga transactions. So they can be GCash, they can be Paymaya, they can be credit card, debit card. So yung mga yon, there can be certain percentages of charges depending on ano po yung gagamitin natin. So those are examples of payment gateways. So now, dito po sa tatlong sections natin, pinaghiwalay po natin yung mga yan. So because they can serve a different purpose too. Like for example, sa ating bank, we can, for example, we will create an ad bank account po, no? So we will illustrate. For example, we will create a bank account where dito po natin ikakarga yung pambayad natin ng EFPS. So we just simply type, kunyari, wala pa kasing linkage po ng bank sa Pilipinas po, no? So kunyari Rizal Commercial Banking Corporation, si RCBC po kunwari. And then we will put the account number. This is either 8 or 16 digits. So kunyari yan po muna. And then when we fill out the details, we select the country. And then from there, we can enter the details. So in this case, I'll use Baguio. Ito po, Luwakan. So then we click save. So kung makikita nyo po dito, meron po tayong default pay and default receiving. So meaning if we select one of these, whenever we make a collection or we make a payment transaction, then one of this bank option will appear kapag nagsisettle na po tayo ng collections. Like for example, if I select yung default receiving, then kapag nag-collection na po tayo ng isang sales invoice, this bank detail will appear dun po. So we click save. Nawala. So Rizal Commercial Banking Corporation. So select po natin. So yan po. So after po niyan, we can now make bank transactions, deposit withdrawals, and bank transfers. So dito naman po sa payment gateway, similar process naman po. So yan po yung ating bank. So we just add an account, payment gateway, and then we put the gateway name. For example, GCash po ito. And then we will put the account number. So in the number ng yung ating 11 digit. So yan po. And then dito po sa ating payment gateway, kung makikita niyo po may merchant fee settings kasi po we have certain banks na, for example, si American Express, si Mastercard, meron pong charge po, no, for some transactions. So we can select po dito kung ano po yung most applicable po sa kanya. But in this case, for simplicity purposes, let's disable po muna yan, and let's fill out. Kunyari sa ating GCash, assuming this is used for our daily operation. So kunyari si Juan de la Cruz na lang po muna. So ilalagay po natin yung kanyang email. And these are optional naman po, and we can click save. So yun po yung ating payment gateway. So we now go to our cash fund. Similar naman po. So sa cash fund, we can actually use yung ating cash on hand for different purpose. For example, dun sa mga POS, Ito yung tinatawag nating panukli or change fund or cash register fund, whichever is applicable. So pwede ring petty cash fund or revolving fund, whatever po yung ginagamit ni company. So similar thing po, we just add yung account and then cash fund. So dito po, petty cash. So petty cash po, pwede naman pong iba yung terminology po natin depending on how we use. So for example, this is yung sa petty cash custodian po natin, which is usually our treasurer sa certain companies. So lalagyan lang po natin, kunyari, Edward, my name. So, sorry, dito po. So we will, kunyari yung petty cash name niya is parang change fund. Panukli natin and then lalagay lang po natin yung email. So, importante po kasi yung details na to so we can trace yung accountability po for this fund, whatever yung movements niya po. So, we click save. So, yun po yung ating cash fund. So, it's very straightforward when we create yung ating bank accounts. So, yun po. So, now we will proceed to how do we record yung ating bank deposits, bank withdrawals. So, when we have a bank account, we just select this bank account and then dito po sa ating three dots, meron po tayong action buttons here. We can deposit, we can transfer, or we can reconcile. So, in this case, we will do a deposit. So, kunyari gagawa po muna tayo ng cash transaction for April. So, for example, we have collected an invoice, cash collection po ng isang invoice. Sorry. Ito po, April po. And then let's assume na parehas po muna. So as you can see here po, transaction date equals date of deposit. So kung kailan po kinolekta yung collection, and then for the invoice is pwede pa siyang mauna sa ating transaction date. So assuming for simplicity purposes, parehas po muna sila. So sorry, ganun pa rin po yung ating transaction. But in any case, for example, pag hindi po available yung bank module na po yun, we can also perform a collection ng ating trade receivable. For example here, para magkaroon ng balance yung ating RCBC, we have outstanding balances here po. So to settle an accounts receivable, we select the invoice through this yung action button ng invoice, and then we will record po dito. Yan po. So as we have recorded po no for this customer, magpapakita po yung different invoices related to it. So for example, we wanna fully collect yung invoice number 4. So we just select the settlement date. So assuming we've collected on April 2, and then we select kung saan po siya na-kolekta. So in this case, we will use yung ating bank, and then we will enter the amount. So we intend to fully collect this. So we will encode yung 9,500 and select po yung invoice. So yun po. Pagka-select po natin ng invoice, the balance will indicate here po whether we've made a full collection or partial correction, or we've made an overpayment. Like for example po, kapag po overpayment yan, fully paid pa rin po siya. So for example, itong 9,500, yan po. Zero balance pa rin po. So what happens to our over collected na 200 po? So kapag nag-record po tayo niyan, this amount will become part of our liability under trade credits kasi po sobra po 'yan. So in our future transactions with our customers, they can either apply this as a collection or we will return it to them. Depende po sa ating agreement with our customers. So 'yun po yung mangyayari. So kapag naman under collection, partial payment, So magpapakita rin naman po yung balance. So yan po, yung, sorry, kapag 9,000 po yung in-enter natin, magpapakita rin po yung balance po dito. So the 500 will remain outstanding, but yun po. But in this case, gagawin po natin yung 9,500 para po ma-fully pay yung invoice. So we just click submit. And yun po, meron na tayong um, collection transaction ng ating receivable. So yun po yung ating collection. So sadly po medyo nagkakaproblema po tayo sa sa banking. So on the other hand, we can also make the payment po ng ating outstanding payable. So this similar procedure, we will just look uh, s- for an invoice na isi-settle po natin. So for example here, isi-settle po natin ito. Kunyari si February 13, we will just click payment. Yan po. And then, si February 13 po, si 1,000. Yun po yung isi-settle natin assuming we've settled it on the same day. We will just select yung invoice po. Example here, February 13. Ito po. Ilalagay rin po natin yung payment and then we will select the invoice. So yan po. So fully paid na po siya. So we just click submit.
Bird, may question lang sa chat ha, after.
Sige po, ma'am. So yun po yung ah, ating sample na recording ng ating payment ng ating outstanding payable. So let's try po dito kung pwede na sa ating banking. So yun pala po no, kung makikita niyo po, the first example are settlement of our receivables and payables. So we will try now yung ating paggawa ng actual na cash transaction. So dito po sa deposit and then we will include, so dito po April, and then normally po pag cash transaction po no, kung makikita nyo, ito po ay parang sales invoice recording, kaya lang nire-record na po natin siya directly by deposit po. So hindi na po siya AR but rather a cash transaction. So similar procedure po, se-select lang po natin. For example, 10. And then we will click submit po. So yun po yung ating deposit. We can also perform yung ating withdrawal transaction through the same directory. So dito po sa ating deposit. So in this case, withdrawal naman po yung gagawin natin. So similar thing, kunyari po April 2, April 4, I mean. And then, for example, we've settled our utility, electricity po. So worth 5,000. And then we will select the contact. For example, Benguet Electric Cooperative. May VAT po siya. Electric bill. So yan po. And then we will click po yung submit. So ayun po, magne-negative po yung amount no kapag sakali. So let's settle another receivable naman po para magkaroon ng laman yung ano. So dito ise-settle po natin to kunwari yung 15K. So record natin yung collection. So we will settle on April. And then ito po. We will enter po yung amount and then we will select the invoice. So yan po yung procedure po no, para ma-familiarize po tayo. So yan. Yan po yung ating recording. Kaya pagpunta po natin, meron na po yung 22,351. So yan po yung mga sample transaction natin. So we have now performed yung bank deposit, bank withdrawal, and of course, we can perform bank transfer. So for example, meron tayong pera sa ating cash fund na hindi pa deposited sa bank na gusto nating ilipat sa ating account, sa ating bank account, then we can also do that po. So for example, dito po sa ating cash fund, select po natin ito. Then we do bank transfer. Yan po. So ito po yung screen ng ating bank transfer. So for example, if we perform multi-currency transactions po dito, meron pong exchange rate na magpapakita po dyan. So we may illustrate it in a later discussion po. But for now, let's illustrate po yung bank transfer from cash fund to our bank. So for example, yung 10,000 ililipat po natin sa RCBC. We just select the date. Ito po, kunyari April 1. And then, we will transfer 10,000. Dito po natin ilalagay. Bank charge. So, pwede po tayong maglagay ng bank charge. So, for example, usually from one municipality to another po, meron po normally merong charge po eh. So, for now, let's just simplify this and make the transfer. Yun po. So yun po, we perform yung ating bank transfer. So after a while, mapupunta na po sa ating RCBC account. So we've now done yung ating bank transactions sa ating bank account. So for now, in case we perform many transactions sa cash and then we've arrived with this balance, then the next step is if we need yung ating bank reconciliation. So as mentioned before, nang napakita ko po, merong tatlong methods po on how we perform yung ating bank reconciliation. So number one, ito pong manual, meaning we have to clear out the dates. And then number two is sa Excel. And then number three is yung document. So ito pong extraction from bank feed, this is an ongoing process po, yung ating synchronization with the bank. So we are working on that rin po. But for now, let's focus po dito po sa ating manual bank reconciliation. So as mentioned po, when we do manual bank reconciliation, we basically clear out yung mga bank clearances for each deposit or withdrawal. So if we click next po, then we will arrive here. So for example, we intend to reconcile to fast track po no from January to April. April 30. So opening balance is 0 and the closing is 2464. Then we click save. Yan po. So yan po, meron na po tayong bank reconciliation po screen. So as mentioned po, we have to clear the items one by one by indicating their clearance date. So dito po, let's set yung clearance date nila. Kunyari mas late pumasok sa bank. Then here po, parehas. So also here, same date. And then dito po sa bank transfer, same date rin po, April 1. So yun po yung ating clearance date. So as soon each time we perform yung ating bank clearance date, yung discrepancy po makikita po natin dito. So tanggalin ko po muna. So 10,000. So this means that we have 10,000 more to reconcile. So this is yung screen po to help us determine kung ano pa yung mga kulang po na kailangan nating i-reconcile sa ating bank statement. So yan po, i-add po natin, and then yun po yung ating bank reconciliation. So after we finalized, we have validated all the entries, then we will perform yung ating finalized bank reconciliation. So yan po, meron na yung reconciliation natin. A very simple reconciliation through manual. So we can also view yung ating reconciliation po dito. Ito po yung reconciliation. Ito po yung mga naging transaction, and if we wanna view yung kanyang PDF file ng movement ng transaction, we can close this, and then we can view po yung we can download po yung ating reconciliation. So ito po yung itsura ng ating reconciliation sa manual. So it can be downloadable through PDF file. So ito po yung breakdown. So yun po yung ating bank reconciliation through manual. In case po nagkamali po tayo ng ating reconciliation, so we wanna avoid kasi meron tayong pagkakamali. So dito po sa pag-scroll natin sa baba, we can void po yung reconciliation po dito. So that we can perform again the bank reconciliation. So yun po yung ating simple bank recon. So for the second method, yun po yung ating Excel. So for purposes ng discussion, so para ma-perform po natin yung bank recon, I will create a transaction for say January or February. So kunyari magko-collect po ako ng um, ito po 15,000. So ito po ilagay po natin yung tong 15,000 po. So mamili na lang po tayo ng ito po, for example, I will collect 95. Ito po yung balance nung 94,050 sa January. So let's record the collection. So say it was collected on 25. So 94,050. Kung mapapansin niyo po, binawas na po yung ating creditable withholding tax to align po sa ating credit law, kasi po sa ating credit law po no, ang recording na po ng withholding tax is as soon as it becomes payable, but rather before po on the date it will be paid. So ngayon mag-a-align na po yung ating recording, kasi noon po ang problema kapag yung withholding tax ni record mo on the date of collection, it will create a timing difference lalo for large corporations, kasi nga late yung pag-record mo ng withholding and hindi siya nag-a-align sa VAT po. Usually kapag nag-audit po si BIR, kasi kung ano yung dineclare mo sa VAT per top withholding, ganun rin po sa alpha list, ganun po ang expectation niya. So for now, it will be better to simultaneously record it. So in this case, nag-settle po tayo in full on January 25. So yan po. And then for January, we would also try to settle itong 6,000 naman po. So we will just pay, and then ito po. Don't forget po yung ating settlement. For example, January 16 din po binayaran. Submit. So yan po, 5,600. So if we will try to look at our balance as of January 31, 2025, um, we can look sa ating reports. For example, sa ating financial position, let's wait for the status to process para po malaman natin yung balance as of January 31. So let's see if nagre-reflect na po dito. So sa ating bank balance, ang ating current balance po is 88,050. So, yun po. We will try to reconcile yung amount using our Excel po. For example, here we will Excel, i-select po natin. And then from January 1 to 31, 0. And then this is 88,050. So makikita nyo po sa upload bank Excel, meron pong template po dito. So we just fill out this template and then upload po subsequently. So ito po yung ating Excel. We just fill it out. So pwede po nating i-delete yung other cells to start. So for now, we will trace po kung ano po yung mga transactions na ginawa natin. So the first one is we recorded po yung ating ito po si 94050, kunyari po si Peza. So ilalagay po natin Peza. Document number, we can copy yung kunyari mayroon siyang auto-generated na invoice number po na collection and then 94050. So yan po. And then the date it was collected is ito po. Meron pong format po sa ating bank recon template po. We just need to modify the date to align po yung format. And then yan po. And then for the other transaction, we made a payment for 6,000. So January 16 nagbayad po tayo. So this is the contact. So let's copy na lang po itong bill number. Then payment. 6,000. As for the date, January 16, 2025. So yun po, isi-save lang po natin and then we will upload sa ating bank recon. So if there are any mistakes sa ating template naman po, then the system will notify us. So after po natin i-upload, we will click next. So we validate po kung tama yung period na nire-recon po natin when click next. And then pagka-click next po natin, gumagawa ng table po si automate nung ating line items. Then we click next. And then if we need to add anything po, we can we can go back po. Pero once kasi na na-confirm po, the only way we can void this po is sa labas na po pag na-perform na natin yung bank recon. So we must be careful po dito. So after yung confirm, we click yes. So ayan po yung ating bank recon. So kung makikita nyo po, matching po ang gagawin natin dito. Kasi po these transactions, babalikan lang po natin, nagawa na po natin. Nagawa na po natin yung transaction na po na yan. So all we have to do is to match yung mga transactions na yan. So for example, if we try to reconcile yung 94050, we select this invoice and then match. So it will correspond po sa amount po na kaparehas niya. We just click match. Sorry. So yun po yung ating matching ng ating collection. And then ganun rin po sa ating utilities. We also match. Pasensya po, nagkakaroon tayo ng konting problema. So basically po yun yung concept whenever we do a bank reconciliation po. If we've already made the transaction, yung collection and withdrawal, when we perform the bank reconciliation, match po yung gagawin po natin. However, for example, um, if hindi pa natin nagawa yung transaction, for example, yung 180, we can actually perform a bank reconciliation by collection sa ating mismong bank recon template. So, for example, if we have additional transactions here po, makikita niyo po dito na create other payables. So, meron po 'yan. So, we have other transactions po where we can actually perform within the bank recon po. So, dito po kasi ang pinakita po natin is yung matching po. And then dito po sa iba, we can actually create as a transaction even without going through our sales invoice or purchase bill. So pwedeng sa bank recon po mismo. And then of course, for example, if we are reconciling yung interest income, so meron po tayo yung quick classification dito po. Other interest income. And dito po sa ating bank recon, for example, may mga recurring tayong collection, for example, or deposit, we can add it here po and define kung ano po yon. So for example, rent po yung recurring sales natin. Kunyari sales, rental. We can indicate po dito rent income. Para po every time na magpa-perform po tayo ng bank recon, magpapakita na po yan dito. And then we can select this item to specifically identify kung ano po yung bank recon na yun. So, we'll try to fix po yung sa bank recon. Unfortunately, I cannot continue. So, yun po yung ating bank recon sa ating Excel. So, kung may papansin nyo po sa matching, iba po yung itsura niya. Sa sa manual, iba po yung itsura niya versus sa Excel na bank recon. So, in our bank Excel recon, you can perform many functions. Yung ating matching, you can collect the invoice, outstanding receivables through the bank recon. You can also pay the payables naman kapag withdrawal po. So you can pay bill within the bank recon po. So yun po yung mga possible options. I'm intending po na sa next meeting po ipakita ito kasi I will try to show line by line po itong mga situations na po na ito. So now, I just showed you yung ating simple bank reconciliation. So you may have an idea po on how to use Automate po in the future. So balikan lang po natin yung mga diniscuss po natin. So sa ating banking, we have 3 sections. Ito po, bank accounts, payment gateway, cash fund. So the manner they are created are almost similar po. And then for the payment gateway and the cash fund, you can actually add po yung kanilang fees within here po. Whatever is applicable. For example, sa GCash, I think it's 2%. So we can we can set the amounts here. And then for the cash fund, we can we can assign different cash funds depending on whatever purpose. Similar po sa ating bank accounts where we can create multiple bank accounts as needed. And then from there, we can perform po yung ating bank withdrawal and deposit, number 1, through this bank module. So we will enter the details similar to the manner we are recording the sales invoice or purchase bill. So the second way on how we can perform yung bank deposit or withdrawal is to collect or pay yung outstanding invoice po. For example, for the receivable, we can collect the cash through this action button. So let's look for an outstanding one. So ito po, when we collect, we select the action button and record collection. Yun po. Similar po sa payment, we purchase, o we select the purchases and then we select the action button po. Ito po, payment. So yun po yung two ways. And then third, we can perform bank transfers, interbank transfer po. Whether it's through bank to bank or from cash fund to bank account or from bank to bank. And subsequently, I will discuss po sa inyo yung kapag po halimbawa merong multi-currency account, the system is able to account for any realized gain or losses. So sa realized gain or losses, in case in the future I will be able to discuss to you, ang basis po ng exchange rate po is sa ating MAS Singapore. Dito po yung exchange rate whenever we perform yung ating bank transfer. MAS exchange rates. So dito po kinukuha yung daily exchange rate na napaplot po sa system. So depending on the date we perform yung transaction, then it will also display po yung exchange rate po based on this po. So if we, depending on the latest available data. So yun po yung ating bank transactions, and sa next week po ipapakita po natin yung mas mas complex na bank recon, yung nakita nyo po kanina where we can actually collect or we can create a receivable. So in case curious po kayo sa create other receivables, yung other receivables po na yon are transactions with directors. For example, nagpautang tayo kay director, we can actually create the other receivables there. And then kapag nagpairam naman po yung ating officer, then we can create yung payables po doon. So very diverse naman po yung bank recon natin, and I will be able to show you in the future po. But for now, pinakita ko lang po yung basic bank transactions and how do we perform yung simple bank recon. So yun po, mga ma'am and sir. So
Question,
question po.
pero natanong mo, discussion mo, ako din natuto din. Kasi ngayon ulit na punood ng buo. I-re-upload ko to guys sa YouTube kasi for sure baka yung iba na miss out nyo, pero ang gandang discussion. Pa-type naman ng 1 kung natuto kayo dun sa reconciliation part and simple transaction. 1, natuto naman tayo. Basic bookkeeping yan, tapos bank recon. Any software pwede yan. Pero may tanong dito nawala na si Miss Leslie.
Ay, ano pong tanong?
Can this software accommodate multiple clients or one account, one client?
What about sa tax withheld sa collection? So ayun po, normally kasi po, 'di ba, yung before the create law, ang ginagawa po natin, hindi po muna natin binabawas yung withholding tax, sinasabay natin sa collection. But to align with the create law po, as soon as it becomes payable, so magre-record na po tayo ng tax withheld. So binabawas na po siya sa outstanding balance. So kung nakita niyo po kanina, yung outstanding balance less withholding, yun po yung kinolect ko. Yun po yung ating alignment sa ating create law. Kasi po
So,
yun po.
sinabay na, meaning pag-create ng invoice, meaning kasi di ba minsan mag-invoice tayo 50,000, dapat dun pa lang sa create ng invoice, dineduct na natin yung withholding tax.
Yes, tama po. And para po sa information ng iba na paano pa mag-withholding, for example sa sales po. So how do you record yung withholding tax? So dito po sa sales, from the action button, we click tax withheld. And then dito po sa WHT code, this refresh button, we will select yung applicable na alphanumeric tax code. So Kunyari, professional fee, 10%. So, so i-click save lang po natin yan. So yan po yung ating withholding. Ganun rin po sa purchases. Action button lang po.
Na-miss out yata. Na-answer ba yung question? Tapos may na-miss out tayong question, Edward. Ito, yung multiple clients.
Multiple clients in one software. Yes po. Although the setup is one company for one ano po subscription, so 1:1 po, but yun po separate subscription using the same software. Opo.
Alam ko na kung saan nanggagaling tong mga to. Di ba kasi sa QuickBooks, meron sometimes, sa pag-click mo dyan may client, marami siyang account. May sa accounting firm, pag ba, 5 yung client ko, pero hindi na ako lalabas ng window. I-click ko lang yung company. Nandun
Ito
lang sila.
ito po ma'am yung ibig yung tanungin.
Yan,
Ito
yan.
po from there pipiliin po natin yung business and we can select and lilipat na po siya sa company. So yun po. Multiple companies po depending on ilan po yung na-create natin. So from here, yun po, i-select lang po natin yung company. Yan.
Hindi, ang tanong, Edward, pag bumili ba sila ng software, isang account, magkano bayad doon sa isang account? Tapos ang dami niyang company.
So per company naman po yung subscription, ma'am. You can create a free account and then yung company po yung sinusubscribe. So for example, so test income tax. So free naman po yung account, ma'am. Yung ano lang po, yung company po yung sinusubscribe po dito.
Ulit, isang email, gumawa ako task-wise. Tapos, task-wise, gagawin ko ng mga, ako nagagawa ng, mag-create ng kada company sa depende sa gusto ko.
Yes, ma'am. Opo. Wala naman pong limit talaga.
Yun yung maganda.
Yes, ma'am. And then we can actually share. For example, may mga companies na hindi ko create, nakishare lang ako ng access under user management. Dito po, pwedeng halimbawa i-share ko sa iyo, ma'am. Yung email, basta yung email mo, ma'am, kunyari kay Lara na lang at yung memorize ko eh. So I can share it directly to their email. So yun po, we can access yung other accounts na hindi po natin na-create basta meron tayong user access. So yun po. And then dito po sa roles, we can delimit. Halimbawa po sa accounting firms, pag receivables lang, receivables yung makikita niya, we can assign it here po. So we create. And then dito po sa modules, we can assign kung ano yung dapat nilang makita. For example, receivables officer. For example, dito, accounting reports. We can limit po. Ito, for example, billing and credit lang yung makikita po nila. Yan po, yan. Billing and credit, accounting reports. Pwede po nating i-select kung ano yung pwede nila pong makita. And for the rest, limited access na po. So, depende po sa ating setup.
Miss Leslie, tsaka Miles, okay ba yon? So, yan. So, again, ano ulit ang opportunity doon sa inyo? Pwede kasi kayong kumuha ng client and imagine yung subscription, magkano lang, tapos papatungan nyo yung mga kakilala nyo ng gantong amount. Diba? Kumita na kayo doon. Yun yung sinasabi namin, maganda siyang opportunity sa inyo. And localize siya sa tax. Hindi sa, di ba QuickBooks, ililipat pa natin ng manual yan pag magpa-file tayo ng tax. Another software for Excel sheet pa tayo. This one, built-in na siya, end-to-end. Aanamin na lang natin. May question.
Customizable ba ito for trading business, ma'am? what exactly do you mean po, ma'am? Meaning, papalitan yung chart of accounts, meron siyang any other items? Ano po yung ibig niyo pong sabihin?
Yeah, oo, ganun. Like parang may inventory part. Pag sa service naman, like cost tracking, ganun. Sa
Ah,
sa trading naman is um, the inventory requirement of the software. While sa like sa services or project based services, yung tracking of cost naman. Ganun, kung pwede bang ganun.
for now, ma'am, kasi naka-plot na po yung mga setup niya po. So, it may be able to cater some features po. Like for example, sa service, you can track po because of the sales invoice, pero yung percentage of completion, for example, for construction, wala pa po. And for the inventory, ang current setup po kasi ni Automate is any inventory po na recorded ng purchases is period cost na po. So diretso na po siya. So for now, we're working on POS para hopefully po mai-connect na po yan sa ano po, yung sa inventory system
Yeah,
po na existing.
yung sana kung pwede din dyan ang POS. Kasi I
Yes
have
po.
one client nga na we're searching and trying to resource pa. Ano yung nagdi-demo na. Ganon, like yung POS kung ano na. Kasi this is a fuel trading, tapos magkakaroon na rin siya ng gas station. So they're sourcing out one system at least to be customized for their business type.
For
Let's
now,
say,
ma'am,
may POS.
kalalabas lang po yung POS namin. So I'll try to consult po with the team on how this works po and I'll let you know po. So kalalabas po lang po talaga. So basically, ma'am, ang unang setup po nito is yung Excel po, may forward po dito. This is the quickest way. And in the future po, we're working po no, Ma'am Marian, yung sa linkages ng POS ng mga
Oo,
software.
kaninang umaga sabi
Oo.
ni David, we're completing restaurant record POS and POS
Mm,
collection recon module.
yun po.
Yan.
So malilink na po yung mga POS and makikita natin dito in the future po. But for now, yung na-release po is yung Excel to the POS. So um we will consult po with the team regarding this existing ano po feature. Opo, yun po.
Ayan, thank you so much. And meron ba tayo
May
na-miss out?
question pa ako. Kasi sa Philippines, I know you are aware naman na there are sales na, alam mo yun, yung hindi, hindi nire-record for BAR purposes. And then there are sales na, yan, that's,
Ah,
is there a facility or ano ng system nyo na gano'n, na you record then wala sa VAT report, hindi siya pupunta sa VAT reporting. May ganun ba? Yung like internal books and external books. Yung ganun.
ah yun ma'am, yun yung marami na rin nagtanong diyan, ma'am. I'm trying to find a way kung paano yan. Pero
Yeah, kasi
basically,
yun
ma'am,
usually
wala
sa
pa po.
Philippines.
For BAT, meron naman pong mechanism. Like for example, yung sa sales, for example sa sales, pag nag-classify ka po ng sales mo po, wag mo na lang pong lagyan ng VAT. But however, pag hindi mo nilagyan ng VAT po, it will create the difference. So, ngayon po wala po, ma'am. Basically what you record is already, pag may VAT po, malalagay na po dito po sa VAT, or kung walang VAT, malalagay pa rin po sa ating income tax. So, yun po, wala po.
Kaya yung sinasabi ko, Miles, kung dalawa kasi nakikita ko gagawin mo yung tama, yung totoo munang amount for your internal, kasi di ba as an account, pakikita natin totoong performance niya.
Yeah.
And then pag na-print mo siya, magtabi ka ng totoo, and then from that, magba-backward ka kung sino yung aalisin mo for the reportorial of the BIR. Gets?
Yes.
Oo,
Yun
ganun,
po.
ganun yung nakikita ko.
There are clients, customers kasi, alam naman natin, in the Philippines, they don't like to pay VAT. So, you will not issue them invoice. Parang gano'n. So, hindi mo siya i-report as sales din. Internal books yun, sales and ano pa rin. Tapos may purchases din kasi kami na hindi nag-i-issue ng VAT. May mga suppliers that they don't issue VAT. So that sale also pertains to that, yung purchase na yon isi-sale na ibebenta naman of the customer without sales invoice. Parang ganon. So
Opo,
that's
ma'am.
internal
Ang
books.
nakita kong solution, alam mo, di ba sabi naman ni Edward, merong tayong sub-account. Doon sa isang account, pwede kang gumawa. Isang totoong books, saka hindi. Ang mangyayari lang kasi, duplication ka ng entry. Nag-entry ka sa isang books, nag-entry ka, totoo at hindi. Yun yung
Yes, ma'am.
consequence nun. Yung,
Parang
Yung
basical,
system kasi, sana, maganda kasi i-offer doon. Yun nga, yung tracking of receivables, yung per customer, yung ganun kasi sa dashboard, meron kasi kaming dashboard, lang. Pero yun, they're sourcing out na yung all in one.
na ano po yun, ma'am, yung writing off ng receivable. Meron naman po, ma'am, writing off of receivable po dito.
Yeah.
Although it's not really intended for ano po, yung sa paghiwalay ng books at BIR kasi dito assume na parehas po eh. So dito po pag magra-write off po tayo ng receivable, so dito po sa contacts, for example, ito po. Dito po, ipipiliin lang po natin ito. And then sa bulk action, we classify as doubtful or bad. So pag doubtful po, hindi naman po siya directly mawawala sa receivable but rather as doubtful accounts expense po. Pero pag bad, ito po yun, write off. So dito po. But for sa BIR, ma'am, na yung separate, medyo, basically we have to create 2 companies. Yun po yung naiisip ko.
ako din, yun ang nakikita ko. 2 companies, tapos simultaneous yung bookkeeper na gagawa, sabay niyang i-encode.
Yeah.
And para ma-fast track po, ma'am, for example, di ba meron naman pong template. So ite-template po natin yung mga items na disallowed, meaning hindi pang BIR, so that we can actually trace kung ano yung pang BIR, ano yung pang internal. So 'di ba, disallowed plus allowed equals internal po, 'di ba? Parang ganun po yung labas niya.
Ang hirap kasi sa Pilipinas dalawa
Yes,
libro.
ma'am. Opo. Totoo yan, ma'am. Actually, may mga nagtanong rin po and it's very tough for us to bridge the gap kasi nga gusto natin gawin yung tama but we also consider yung paying capacity. Lalo na yung iba na kung wala talagang pambayad hanggang dun lang, lalo yung mga percentage taxpayer na sari-sari store. Sir, sasabihin nila, sir, hindi ko kayang bayaran, pwedeng ganito na lang, mga ganun. Yun po.
Yeah, before we po, thank you so much, Edward. Ang ganda nung i-replay natin to sa YouTube and then again, pa-type na lang ulit one kung you find it helpful and interested to use Automate on your own business or your own tracking if freelancer ka. So, i-try nyo lang naman, wala namang masama, di ba? And again, soon nata lalabas, Edward, yung discount, no? Kaya ko kayo sinasabi din kasi maglalabas ata ng discount to sa unang mag-a-avail.
Opo,
So,
yes,
kayo
ma'am.
sana yung makakuha.
Approved by Sir David po. Opo.
Sige. Any questions? Thanks, Mana. See you tomorrow.
So, ayan po. Next week po, we will try to discuss yung mas comprehensive po na bank recon. We will show you yung different situations. Yung how do you create other receivables by bank recon, how do you pay yung pay yung invoice, how do you collect out of the bank recon. So pwede po yan. And sa next po, yung comprehensive na bank recon. And perhaps po may papakita po rin natin next week yung how do we perform bank recon through the PDF bank statement. So meron tayong document where i-upload mo yung bank statement and then i-sync mo yung bank statement sa Automate. Yun po yung for next week. So yun po.
Okay. Thank you so much. Stop recording.